Well, I was, let me begin with, so blown away by how gracious Josh Shapiro was. He could
Mm-hmm.
have just
Mm-hmm.
phoned it in, but he
Yep.
was his full self. He made clear that he, that he was still going to be happy to be governor, but he went above and beyond in
Yeah.
support of his ticket. And so for anyone who was, um, you know, you know, decrying this choice, saying that, the math doesn't add up if she doesn't not, choose Josh Shapiro, I think hopefully that will be put to rest. And I just think, as great as Shapiro is, he's not enough of a contrast with her. What Harris was
Mm-hmm.
able to do is, when she introduced Walz, she was the sort of steady, focused, crisp, presidential type. And he brought the kind of emotional resonance to this, with also that Minnesota nice bite. And so he can be the attack dog. He can be the warm, fuzzy, huggy football coach, teacher kind of guy. And she can just be the looking, I don't want to say, I guess I'm using the word corporate, but I mean sort of the more professional, more
Mm-hmm.
rational, which kind of think helps with the stereotypical gender roles that any woman
Mm-hmm.
running for office has to fight against. But when they came out on
Right.
stage, I almost started to cry. And I wasn't around when JFK ran for office, but it felt like it felt like what I've heard when people felt about a young person running for office when JFK ran. And it feels like Obama, and it feels like a better version of Hillary Clinton. I mean, there were so many. I don't want to diss any former candidate, but when Harris said things like, "I'm going to go to every state," there's a lot in that speech, speaking to the Democratic base, speaking to independents, speaking to people who couldn't support Hillary. And she was basically saying, I'm not making the same mistakes we're going to make in the past. There was so much depth to her remarks that I think we could watch this again and again, and pull out so many more
Mm-hmm.
messages.